What's going on, Spitwads? Today's Spit Hit is, well, it's spectacular. We talk about very important topics. One of our favorites, like grave robbing. I mean, that's what we do. We're into grave robbing.
There's a lot of treasure in graves.
And we touch on other things, like Jason's oddly shaped head.
What?
And, of course, we end up drafting things to fight a dragon with. It's a run-of-the-mill, normal episode, the kind you come to expect from the Spitballers. Enjoy.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Squeak up, pop, pop, a double, 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 double. I was a fan. I like that one.
Really, really liked the ascending ending.
That was going to be the whole bit.
You've been going to the squeedums a little too often.
Am I?
For the top. I think you have a tendency to squeed them lately.
Well, that is the best way to start a scat.
But the ending was outstanding. It was great.
All right.
I thought it was a yabba dabba doo for a second, but it wasn't.
Well, I mean, it's like if you check in with the scat man, I guess he's ba-dabba-dabba-ba. He's dweed up on him.
He's not squeed him.
No, squeeze like amateur.
Squeed him. Darn near kill him. Welcome to episode 155 of the Spitballers. We're just 10 or 11 away from Al Borland. Al Borland. Sorry, I got that wrong. How are you doing, Al?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
That's good. You got your scat already, I'm sure.
Nope.
Okay. Would you rather on the show today? That's a great question. We're drafting things to fight a dragon with. I'm really excited about this.
Just getting it out of the way at the top. No suspense.
This show has a ton of hypothetical questions on it, so why not have a draft about the hypothetical situation we may all find ourselves in someday? You don't know, where a dragon comes rolling up on you, as they do.
And I had the scat, which means I have the first pick. And normally, Andy, you tease, like, we've got a great draft.
That's true.
My last pick, I'm very excited.
So this is off the beaten path.
Yes.
There's no reason to
there is
to
no
worry.
chance. I mean, look, I guess we live in a world where infinite possibilities, but I'm very confident that I will get my last pick.
All right.
Before we jump into Would You Rather, want to remind you, SpitballersPod.com. You can head over there, find out how to become an official Spitwad supporter. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Spitballers, and on Twitter at SpitballersPod. Let's get into a review first.
Reviewosaurus Rex.
This one comes in from Jared Savino from the United States, 5 stars. Most bestest podcast that will most likely ever exist.
Nice.
Andy, Mike, and Jason are the best friends I have always wanted. When they speak, put on your listening ears, and you will learn some of the most important life lessons, like butt cheeks are not scissors.
I forgot that one.
And you can't milk a horse. As a fact, I firmly believe that this podcast is probably the best podcast that will ever exist, aside from their fantasy football pod. Love you guys like you're part of my own family. Well,
thank you, Jared Savino.
Jared?
It's one word.
It's Jared Savino?
Jared Savino. That's his first name.
We are part of your family now.
Yeah.
Thank you for the review. That was awesome. And it reminded me of some funny show moments.
Oh, man, the butt cheeks.
Oh, man.
Scissors.
And I have seen the reviews coming in so far with some typed out scats, which I did request. So I am making the...
I could have used one.
I'm making the commitment right now. My next scat will be somebody's typed out scat. And I realized when reading those, going to take some rehearsing. It's not easy. You cannot read
and
a
from
scat.
the top, 2, 3, 4.
You cannot read a scat quickly because it's all like scabo beep bop whoop doop doop derp derp.
Was there a derp in there?
There's a derp in there. Some of them have derps. Time for some Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Mario from Patreon writes in, says, if you had to lose weight in the next 60 days, assuming effectiveness was equal, would you rather stick to a green juice diet or do 2 high-intensity exercise sessions per day? So you have to do it. You're going to be as effective either way, but you choose whether you just want green juice all the time, or
How much?
too high intensity, what I'm guessing, like 30 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, we'll go 45.
Yeah, I think that's the right.
All right.
So total in the day, hour and a half.
Oh.
But you're taking. I mean, when I exercise, that's like a 3-hour window because by the time I'm done sweating post exercise, that's so now I'm taking up 6 hours of my day with just sweat.
Now, the green juice, have either of you done a juice detox or a juice diet?
I have drank a detox juice,
Just a one,
but like
one
one.
off?
Yeah, exactly. Finish this bottle type.
How
thing.
much green juice do you actually get? Like, is it just you get one per meal, so you have a breakfast
It's not a
green
lot, no.
juice?
I talked to somebody recently that did this.
Really?
Yeah.
I would assume you get unlimited. Like, can you drink too
Well,
much?
No, yeah, because it's calories.
Well, they're all normally
Jason, do you know how it works?
Well, I'm
you
just
might
saying,
have weight loss all wrong. Can't
Man,
you have
this
as
is
much
why-
cheesy broccoli as you want?
I can't just eat whatever I want.
Like too much orange juice is in fact bad for you.
Well, I get that because orange juice in general is bad for you. It's all
Right.
sugar. But I would assume that a green juice cleanse is like literally, you cannot eat too much broccoli. You can't overeat broccoli. You're not going to be like
Sure.
hurt by that.
Well, the juice is, at least the person I talked to, it was like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner juice.
Okay.
And it was like 7 days worth of that.
Now, when you talk to them, how was their demeanor?
Miserable.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Their-
I have
Your
talked-
morale goes to crap. You're
Your energy.
angry. You're mad. You probably got diarrhea.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a detox,
Yes.
man.
You don't ingest liquids and poop solids.
It's called a
it's-
detox for a reason. That means that stuff is coming out.
I think it's a big sham.
Oh, for
the
sure.
detox.
Any of those juicy cleanse,
they-
buy it for $900 for all these juices. Do it for a week.
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
What
because
do you
you're not
mean it
eating.
works?
I mean, it works in the sense that
How do you know you're detoxed?
sure, whether or not your
How
toxins
toxic do you feel right now?
are cleansed. Yeah, that's probably a sham. But people don't care about their toxins. People care about their weight,
Right.
and they just want to say, "Oh, but I'm also getting cleaner."
And if I never eat another regular meal, I'll be just fine.
yeah, that's the thing. All these diets will work, and yet they're all shams.
So it's 60 days. So 60 days of green juice is not something I want to do. But the 2 high-intensity workouts I don't want to either. But I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go the 2 workouts.
The problem with the
Then
workouts.
eat what I want.
Well, I've talked to at least a handful of people who are mid juice. I'm doing a week juice fast, a juice cleanse. Those people are in a bad way. They like you're saying, Andy. The morale is out, and
Got up on the wrong side of the bed every day.
You're cranky, you're super crabby, and you're tired.
You're tired.
And that's the drawback of the 2 exercise per day. Like, you're gonna hit a point where you're just so tired
True.
that you can't function, but you will eventually acclimate to it. Like, if you can fight through those first couple of weeks where you're tired, you're gonna bounce back eventually, and it will make you feel good. Meanwhile, I don't think 60 days on juice. You're not.
You might acclimate a little bit to that too.
Maybe. I mean, that's.
Here's what I know. I know that on 2 high-intensity exercise sessions per day, I will lose weight. On a 60-day juice only diet, I will lose my life. There's just no chance I could power through that. There's no way. I would be divorced within at least 3 weeks. My kids would not want to see me. No one would want to be around me, and then I would be. It would be the quickest escalating problem of my life to be on an all juice diet for that long. So I'm getting ripped. I'm going with the workouts.
What would it take? Taking hypotheticals out of it, what do you think, Jason? What would it take for you to commit to 30 days of 2 high-intensity workouts a day?
I ask myself that every day, Mike. Every day I say, come on, Jay, what would it take for me to commit to 30 days of
Just 30
insert
days.
exercise or diet plan here?
Just 30 days.
Mike, let me ask you a question. What would it take for me to commit to 30 days of 2 high-intensity workouts per week. I really want the answer to that. Can you I'm asking you as a friend, what would it take for me to do that?
The honest truth is just mental strength.
Yeah. Where do you buy that?
A diagnosis.
I don't know that a diagnosis would matter. I think if they say, look,
No, I've
you're
seen
going-
people stop drinking with the diagnosis. You could
Yeah, but there's people who have the beatus, and they're like, how do I manage this? Like,
diet and exercise.
diet and exercise. Like, yeah, but what else? What's the secret?
Where's the pill?
so how much earlier am I going to die? That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's.
but just throwing this out there before we move on, if someone has an answer to that question, just hit me up on Twitter at JasonFFL.
I mean, like, is there
a monetary amount?
That's where I was gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
if we are like, if you can go 30 days with two 45-minute exercise periods for 30 days, we will give you
Right.
like
$10,000.
$10?
$10,000.
Okay, well, I'm out.
Okay.
Shark
Well,
Tank.
then you can crowdsource this.
I'm not
Mike.
sure. I mean,
Get
we can-
10,000 people to pay $1.
we
Easy.
can commit 10,000, but there's no guarantee we're paying that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, if I miss, obviously I don't get paid. It's not paid up front.
10,000, but if you don't do
if
it,
you don't do it, you pay 10.
no, because
Well,
then he won't do it.
yeah,
It
No,
has-
5 and 5 then.
It has to be like he would make 10 grand for the 30 days. If he doesn't do it, then he has to pay out like 1,000.
No.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this though.
Okay,
Would
all
you rather? Which is more motivating? $10,000 at the end of the stick, or losing the 10,000? Like, you have to do
for
the
sure.
30 days, or else you pay 10. I think that one's more motivating.
It is. It's definitely.
Like, if you don't do it
If
for
it's the
30 days, you're
same-
losing 10 grand.
If it's the same number, losing it would mean because if I don't hit it, one doesn't affect me, and
Right.
one does. So
Right.
it would be that. But that's just
That's
not
the way to go, Mike.
But that's
we
not
could get rich.
reality.
He won't
Why
agree
would
to
I
it.
ever agree to that?
Yeah.
I would-
Because you want to work out for 30 days.
I need a sponsor to come in here and say, look, if you
Am I right, Al?
if you lose
No, you don't
X
need none
amount,
of that. Put $10,000 in an envelope. Hand it to Mike.
Yeah, look-
you get it back in 30 days.
why would I do that? I'm not
Because
doing
you
that.
want to work out.
I don't want to work out. You do not know me at all. I don't want to work out more than I don't want to do almost anything.
Didn't you just ask the actual question? What would it take for me to work out for 30 days?
all right.
Tell me the
Okay,
answer.
new question.
Check the tape. It's
New
on
question. What would it
I
take?
just told you.
All right. What? No, new question. What would it take for me to commit $10,000 to someone else to work out? Because that's. I mean, I don't know how to get to that point now.
Yeah, I'm shooting my shot, Mike. I'm doing everything I can do.
I like what you're doing.
10,000.
Put it in
to
an
me-
envelope.
to
We'll
me,
give it back to you in 30
I'll
days.
do it. I'll record every workout.
All right. Alana from the website, would you rather have rain on your wedding day or 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife?
Oh, Alana from the website.
Alana Morris.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like rain. I couldn't hold it. I tried to not do it, but I mean,
this is just a joke, right?
yes.
well, let's take it
But
seriously.
yeah, let's act like it's not a joke.
10,000 spoons, I'm going to get that thing cut.
Yeah, but that's a problem. Like, I don't want 10,000 spoons. How much volume would that take up? I'm at a nice steakhouse. Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
I need a knife. And they present me 10. I feel like, am I sitting on a Game of Thrones style chair made of spoons?
The spoon chair? With a spoon, I mean, you could get a good amount of cutting done with a spoon and enough elbow grease.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably doing a steak is going to be tough.
Arizona's the only place that rain on your wedding day. You're like, yeah, this is nice.
I don't think the people are going to be very happy.
You know
about
we're
it.
inside for the wedding, so it don't matter. It's just nice
that's true.
outside.
I was outdoor.
Yours was?
Were you?
Yeah.
So is mine.
Oh.
In Arizona?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What
month?
I love Michael Keaton.
April.
Okay.
November.
All right,
That's better.
you both were fine. I was July 15th.
Yeah, I'm May 20th. Like, this outdoor weddings are called outdoor burnings. You just like literally, oh, that's a beautiful the wedding dress is on fire. The wedding dress is on fire.
Why are you guys down in just a giant mass grave right now?
Right. Yeah.
You'll be joining us soon.
Preparation.
All right, let's go to Madeline on Twitter. Would you rather be a 1960s hippie or a 1920s
far out.
or a 1920s gangster?
Oh man.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So it's funny because both of these individually, I think you've got people on both sides of the aisle that would be like, oh man, I would never want to be a 1960s hippie. And then some
Yes.
people would be like, oh, that'd be awesome to just be a 1960s hippie. Same thing with the gangster where it's like, oh, that'd be so cool. Or like, I don't want to be, have to break legs.
Yeah, I think being a '60s hippie, I'm into it. I think that it's looking back on the video footage of like, imagine being at Woodstock and like it's a very romanticized time period in my memory of never being there.
How many diseases do you have?
Oh, diseases! Everyone stinks.
Oh, there's no
I
showering.
mean, there is definitely some downsides upon it, but being a 1920s gangster also comes with
Some death,
some
risks.
downsides of not only you inflicting it upon other people, you may soon be swimming with the fishes.
True. I mean, that's true. And were those hippie vans, were they just strewn all over the street? Like, those crash a lot? I
Yeah,
imagine
what's the-
people were high in them.
Yeah, what's the safety rating on those mini the VW bus?
I don't
yeah.
think there was a high safety rating on any of the vehicles in the 60s.
You didn't wear
They were
seatbelts.
all made of pure heavy steel, and you couldn't
There were no
stop
crumple
them.
zones.
No. I don't want to be a hippie. Like
You don't?
No, because here's why. In the 1960s,
It's a hair. He can't get there.
yeah, they would never believe it. They would say, "This guy can't be a hippie.
Come on, God. Come on, man.
Grow it out."
Grow
I
it
am
out.
growing it out.
You could
Were
you could mullet it.
But were there bald hippies? Was there one in the 1960s? Was there one bald hippie?
There has to be.
But then
they
it's-
didn't kick
Nah,
you
they
out.
killed
But that's the rule. Like if you Google what is a hippie, it's like a long-haired homeless person who loves music and drugs. Like that's
They're like, here, you get this brown tab. Don't worry about it. Eat up and we'll tell you.
But I feel like in the 60s, I know there was by that point good plumbing, and I know that there was plenty of electricity. I want both of those things, and I think that would be against the grain for the hippie. So a gangster now, I get it. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. But I also
You don't have a choice.
I know.
If
I want the
if-
power. I
if
want
you're
to.
low level.
I want the Tommy gun.
Oh, I'm not low level. I'm not low
you,
level.
No.
I'm orchestrating this thing.
You don't get to choose. Okay, then we're King Hippie.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
you've got awesome hair. What is that done to your knees? No, I'm not like the boss. I'm not on
Okay.
top, but I'm like I'm regional. You know what I mean? Like I've got the
like
west
a manager.
side. Yeah, I'm like the VP of.
You're like, I know a guy who's going to make an offer you can't refuse.
exactly right.
Have you met my friend, the VP of Sales?
But I think I would want to experience the power. I want to walk with
Not
two
surprised.
big guys behind me into a club.
Here's what you don't know.
and have the waves part.
You don't have to have those people if you're a 20s gangster.
You're going to be so hot in your 14-piece suit.
Oh,
yeah,
that is
You're
a
going to be
problem.
real hot.
40-piece suit and a trench coat.
And
I
it's
look
1920s.
terrible in a fedora. Oh man.
The least intimidating gangster ever.
I would not. No. Okay. Well, I'm out on both of these. I would fail miserably.
Hey, why doesn't your hat fit?
I got a fat face. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Every first question.
Everybody I run into when I'm being serious. Why doesn't your hat fit? And also, Mike,
Give me
can I
the
ask
money.
You, can I ask you another
No,
question,
but
Mike?
it's really small.
Mike, on a serious question.
Okay.
Why don't hats fit me? What? Like no hat, no matter the size. It could be big, it could be small. They never fit my skull.
And I know this is a real thing for Jason because there have been times when he's come to us candidly and said, guys, can you find me a hat that'll fit me?
That just fits. Like you look at me and you go,
That's not a hat guy.
right? But you're
Which
like,
sucks because you're
but
not a hair guy either.
No, if anybody should be a hat guy, it should be. You guys are always in here rocking these great hats, and I'm sitting here like, man, I wish I could wear a hat. But every time I wear a hat, I look so stupid in a hat.
And now
no
you're
matter
really
what.
maybe you're a
Baseball cap.
cowboy hat?
Oh, I haven't tried the cowboy hat.
Oh, okay. In honest, like trying to break it down, I think it's just
You're more of a ski mask guy.
Thank you.
the shape of your head.
Yeah,
it seems to be more pointed on the top and the bottom, like a
It's a pear-shaped head. Is that what you're saying?
no,
Like,
no. It feels even.
Eggplant.
It's like no, it's like an oval, but it's pointy on the top and the bottom.
Okay, it's an oval, but it's pointy. Okay, so it's like a football. You
Yes,
just described
yes,
a football.
it's like a football.
You can't put a hat on the
No, it
on the
won't-
point of a football.
No, it
You
looks
see,
stupid.
it's real lumpy.
You see, it's like you see all the problems on the face.
It's not like a normal head.
Okay, all right.
just-
Well,
I'm
thank
com-
you. No, I asked an honest
I'm
question.
trying to compare because like
Yeah.
the top of Andy's head, it's wider. across the top, and yours is pointy.
Yeah, I gotta figure
Have you
that out.
tried a dunce cap?
Ooh,
Or a wizard cap?
That would be perfect. Or even a witch's hat.
Sure, but I was trying to give you a wizard.
That's fair. I would much rather have Dumbledore's
More of a
hat.
witch.
All right. Okay. Were there more?
Man.
Andy, were there more questions
No.
to go on to?
I
So are
did
you
find out that the VW bug has a terrible tendency to oversteer. All of its weight is concentrated in the back, and there was no crumple zone, and your knee is located basically next to the point of impact.
Okay, good.
So there must be a lot of hippies that are, I don't know,
not with us.
not
anymore.
with us anymore. My goodness.
So which one are you going to be, Andy?
Not the VW bug, the VW bus.
Yes. I'm hippie.
I guess I'll go hippie life.
I'm gonna stick with the gangster, but I'll be sweating and being made fun of for my hat
You're-
quite a bit.
Me and my friends, this is Leatherface, small,
He's a wizard.
pointy head.
Israel from Patreon.
Oh,
Bumbles.
bonjour.
Would you rather be trapped in a comedy movie with people you hate or trapped in a horror movie with your closest friends?
Trapped in a comedy movie with
Now we're-
people you
okay.
hate, or in a horror movie with your. This is assuming that you hate horror. Oh,
You're in the movie.
Okay, I was like, we're in a movie theater. I was like, I would be fine going to a horror movie with a lot of my
No,
friends.
you know that you're in the horror movie, so you know that your closest friends.
I mean,
A
two
lot
of
of them
you
are gonna
maybe
die.
make it out.
Yeah,
The rest of you are dead.
and the probability is you yourself will not make it out.
Whew, man.
This is all about whether your closest friends are more athletic than you or not.
I don't think that the athleticism matters in
Wait,
a horror movie.
it matters
it
a
does
little bit.
not. No, it doesn't. It's not. Nobody's.
If he's chasing after me,
Yeah, but that's
you
not
always
how
end-
you escape.
you
You don't
al-
escape by like you escape a scene by running, but like
how dumb are
eventually-
my friends? Is that helpful?
As soon as you're in a horror movie, you're all dumb
Oh,
because you run up the stairs.
And you can't be too beautiful. The real
Sure.
beauties, they're gone. They're toast. They're
Yep.
out early. They've
Who
got to get
makes it through? Which of the friends makes it through? The quirky one?
I think it's the so.
Unassuming?
Oh man! So usually in horror movies, if it's a female lead, you're talking about like Nev Campbell.
Yeah, she made it through, right?
She made it through, and
Okay.
she's like, she's
Because they had a franchise
she's
they
two
needed to protect.
she's 2 steps up from plain vanilla. You know, she's not plain vanilla, but she's like, you know,
Okay.
she's got a little bit of.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think
there.
you
I
gotta
think
have,
I understand.
Yeah, like you got to have a little bit of charisma, but not too much.
Okay.
Too
Okay.
much, and you're toast.
Hmm. And then the comedy movie with people you hate. You're trapped in the movie.
But everyone's like,
Making bad jokes around you. The people you don't like.
Now, a comedy movie with people you hate, that makes me think of like those movies where you're the character in a terrible situation, like the Meet the Falkers or the old school
yes,
planes,
you're in the
trains, and
cringe.
automobiles. You know, just like you're in just a terrible situation where everything around you is cringy and awful. But I don't want to die, so I'm going to go in the comedy movie.
I'll do the horror movie. I want to.
You'll
For
take the chance?
science, I want to see which of my friends goes down first.
You're doing it for the challenge.
I'm doing it for and I need to thin out my friend group a little bit.
Mm.
Now which?
Now you're speaking people-wise or
metaphorically.
pounds-wise?
Metaphorically.
which horror monster or whatever bad
Are you
guy?
visualizing?
Well, I'm saying which one can you take in a fight?
Of the horror,
Yeah.
bad guys?
Yeah, like you got to fight one of them, and this is you're face you're face to face, squaring off with one of them
The
Squaring
signs monsters.
because you just sneeze on them.
yeah.
Just a little spit, maybe. Oh, there's
Squirt
a glass
gun,
of water.
squirt gun.
I feel like I gotta go back to Scream, right? Because it's a human.
Because it's just a regular
It's
person.
just-
the
I mean, they
key,
got a
yeah.
knife, and I don't.
Yeah.
So
the
I'm
key.
gonna probably lose, but it's a human. Like I can't imagine being like, "Hey, Freddy Krueger. Oh no, this is not good."
Doesn't someone get stuck in like a dog door, like trying
Yes,
to run?
yes.
It's the dog door.
what is he
It was
doing?
in the garage.
Oh yeah,
What
that
are
was
they doing? And
and-
that's the strongest garage of all
of
time.
all time. That thing
yeah,
is.
I remember that scene.
They call it a garage-a-teen because
Yeah. All right. Final answers?
I'm gonna be in the comedy movie and live.
I'm going in with Andy. We're seeing what we could get done.
All right, hey, I want to be with my friends. Let's go. We're gonna be in this horror movie together.
We hoped you'd say that.
All right.
Yeah, because we
Oh,
know
wait a
what's-
minute.
we know who's out
No, the
first.
funny, quirky friend, he survives. He really does. So I think I'm good. I'm not the
Jason
lead.
The reason is Jason wouldn't even try the dog door.
Oh no!
So you can't die from that method.
I would just stand in the corner when the guy comes in and be like, "They went that way."
Can I join you? All right, let's take a quick break. Spitwads, I've got to tell you about one of my favorite gift ideas on the planet, something that your parents, your in-laws, they'll actually love it because, look, if you're like me, you struggle to find the good gift that actually means something to the person you're giving it to, parents, grandparents, all of that. You want to give them something meaningful because maybe you don't visit them all the time as often as you'd like. Maybe you don't get to share those memories with them as often as you'd like. That's why I want to talk about Skylight frames. My parents, they love this frame. The whole family emails photos all the time. And my parents, they just sit there and they watch the frame for hours because the grandkids, they come popping through. You give them that joy every single day. This is a game-changing frame that will help mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whatever the case may be, to see what's going on in a simple way right in front of your face. You can update it instantly by email from everywhere, and it is a great way to feel close to those people that you love even when you're not. So now as a special offer, you can get $15 off your purchase of a Skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter the code BALLERS. That's right, to get $15 off your purchase of a Skylight frame, just go to skylightframe.com and enter the code BALLERS. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com, promo code BALLERS.
That's a great question.
Elijah from the website has a great question for us. You recently helped us all know the true definitions of a forest, the woods, and a jungle.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man, we dropped some knowledge. Now I need your help to understand the thresholds between a drizzle, a sprinkle, a shower, and a storm.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It's really easy, though.
Oh, great.
I mean, I don't know why it's easy yet, but it's going to be clear.
Probably
when I get
because of
done
how
talking.
smart we are.
Is there truly a difference between a drizzle and a sprinkle?
Yeah, there is.
Well,
There
there's
is.
definitely, I mean, the storm one is easy, and that is wind.
Oh.
If there's wind, it's a storm.
So
Okay.
if it's just pouring rain,
If it's pouring
that's
rain
a shower?
straight down, that's a shower.
No matter how much rain.
Doesn't matter how
Still
much.
a shower. I agree.
There's
I
no
mean,
wind.
There's a reason that the overhead, bathroom.
What?
the shower
shower
heads.
faucet?
Yeah, those are like the waterfall. They're the rainfall because if it's coming straight down, it's
If
just.
you have a windy shower, you have a storm shower.
Okay, so it's the angle of
The rain.
the raindrop. So what's the threshold? Like if 5 degrees to the side?
It's just, I mean,
What are we talking here? 10 to 15?
can you feel the wind?
It's got to be 15. It's got to be 15.
Can you feel it?
15-degree angle, and you're in a storm.
Okay.
Now
No. Oh yeah, you're in the storm.
Now,
you're not in the shower.
what I don't know is whether a drizzle and a sprinkle.
No, I do know the difference in those two.
Now, which one's more? Which one's more water?
No, it's about one of two things. There's only two ways that it can become a drizzle. A drizzle is freezing, okay? So it's
Really?
Yeah, so if you are in a sprinkle but it's really, really cold,
That's a drizzle?
that's a drizzle. Or if it is coming out of someone's mouth, that is a drizzle. So
Oh, no.
those are the two ways that it is not a sprinkle but a drizzle. So
Really?
if you're just being, you
Someone
don't know.
spits on you, that's a drizzle?
That's a drizzle.
No. Spit is that's a forced projectile
That's right.
saliva.
That would be a storm.
You would have to sit
Because-
underneath that.
It would be going more than a 15-degree angle. No, it would be coming
It's
from
a
above
spit
you.
storm?
Yeah, and so you get a little bit of
I think
sprinkle
you're thinking
on
of
you,
a dribble, Jason.
and you look. Well, that's why a drizzle. It's either freezing like a blizzard, or it's dropping out of someone's
but hold
mouth
on.
like a dribble.
But for it to be a drizzle, it has to be cold.
Yes, unless it's coming out of a mouth.
Oh, okay. Then it can be
Right.
mouth.
Now,
There are
pressure.
two definitions for many words.
There is one more gap that we need to close here, and that is the difference between a shower and a sprinkle. Now, to me, this is simple. How long does it take for your shirt to get soaking wet?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can stand out in a sprinkle
For a good amount of time.
and then go inside, and it's like nothing happened.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's right. You can if you can ever have your shirt soaked, then you were never in a sprinkle.
Now, Jason, if you came in from outside and you weren't very wet and someone said, "Hey, is it sprinkling out there?" but it was cold outside, you would say,
Well, it's drizzling.
"It's drizzling."
It's drizzling. Or if it's a sprinkle, like let's say you and I were out there and it was sprinkling, but I come in after exercising in the sprinkle, and my shirt is soaked.
And you drip on
You
me?
were in a sprinkle. I was in a shower
Okay.
because my shirt is soaked. It can even come
It
from
can
the
come from
bottom.
within.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
okay.
Don't you drizzle onto a cake too? Isn't that drizzling?
Yeah, you drizzle onto a dessert.
Yeah, but again, that's when you drop it out of your mouth. You get the frosting and
you put the caramel in
Mm-hmm.
and let it go.
Can do some cool designs that way.
Ella from Patreon. I'm glad we could sort that out really simply. Ella from Patreon says, so you guys were talking about archaeology recently. Yeah, we were. How long does someone have to be dead before it's considered archaeology and not grave robbing?
That's a legitimately
That's a
great
question.
because it's the same thing.
It is, but one of them is for science.
It's got to be
No, I think I know the answer.
okay.
If it's unmarked and the family wouldn't have claim to it.
So even if it happened yesterday, this is archaeology. I feel like it's got to be generational, right?
What, like it has to go like 100 years?
No, like it's got to be from as soon as that generation is
What if
no
it's
longer
is it only
alive.
bones? If only bones are left, is it archaeology then?
Oh,
That sounds promising.
The
That
rate-
And
sounds
no
like
caskets allowed?
rate of decay.
Is
No.
is a casket ever going to be considered archaeology
No.
someday?
Oh.
Yeah, because a sarcophagus is a casket.
Well, that's
It's
true.
just real fancy.
no,
It's true.
I think it's
Somebody
not
back
considered-
then said, "Hey, no one is ever going to consider this archaeology because we're putting them in here."
They know the casket rule.
but it's a sarcophagus.
God bless you.
I'm just saying. I'm saying I get that they serve the same purpose, but I think they would have called it a casket, except they knew that they wanted this to be part of history. So they're like, someday it's going to have to be archaeology. This has got to be a sarcophagus.
Why is no one selling sarcophagus? How do you sarcophagi?
Sarcophagi, yeah.
Sarcophagi. I know a guy.
Why can't we buy a sarcophagi?
Yeah, like
Dude, I want to be buried in a sarcophagi.
see, this is what I'm saying. No,
It's
you would be in a
you would be in a
sarcophagus.
No,
sarcophagus.
I'm wider. I need multiple. I need 2 sarcophagi, and they're probably just going to have to cut me down the middle, and then, put half in each.
Oh, gosh. Now, a sarcophagus' technical definition is a stone coffin,
Yeah, see,
typically adorned with sculptures. Now, they don't do the embalming. Well, do they do embalming the exact same as back then now? I mean, they don't wrap you.
No, it's not
in
the
ancient
same.
Egypt.
They don't
I'm
wrap you, but they use chemicals,
Pretty sure we've
right?
come a long way since.
Well, and they also take all your organs out.
Okay,
Can
I
you
have.
choose your rate of decay, like on your will? Do you know what I mean?
I
Like-
think science chooses that, but like, are
Well,
you
no, I
saying,
mean, you could spring for like the finer embalming fluid.
Oh, okay.
Like rate of decay is, I imagine, is it better to? It's slower. Slower's better in case you zombie.
I think
Yes,
most people
yeah.
would think that, but I would want quicker. I just want to like.
you want to be archaeology sooner.
Yes, I want to be available for. Now, here's a question: if you get a wooden casket, because that wood's gonna go away, you can
Sure.
still be part of archaeology someday.
Sure.
Because once the wood decays and goes away. Now, here's for science, I wanted to see. So I just typed sarcophagus in Google, but I want to go over to the shopping tab and just see what you know what I mean? Like, can we do this?
Or is it just going to be like $20 million for King Tut's sarcophagus?
I wonder.
They're
if,
expensive.
I wonder
Very.
if the archaeology.
kind.
Oh, you have the price?
I can get one for 1,000, but I think these are more like decorations nowadays. Like
Oh,
they're,
that's well. You could still use
they're
it
King Tut. Ooh, are they hollow? I got to look into this.
Yeah.
for 1,000. They're
Do-
hollow.
Do they have to declare this is for decorative only?
What if
Do not
archaeology?
bury?
Yeah,
Do not
exactly.
bury inside?
What if archaeology is more about? Oh, I didn't know a body was there. Like, can you have archaeology in a cemetery from days of old?
Yes.
It's not just, ooh, I found a body. Or I found some bones.
That is a really
Or
good
hold on.
question.
Like, I didn't think a bone was there, and there's a bone. Now it's archaeology.
Does
Unless it's a dinosaur, in which case then you're no longer archaeologists.
No, you're a paleontologist, and I just learned that's what I wanted to be.
okay, does that particular culture that time period of that culture, does that have to be gone?
I don't
is that-
think so.
What do you mean, like a culture, like the Aztecs or something?
Yeah.
I think you can have archaeology
'Cause, like,
digs right
'cause-
now in Italy, and they're still thriving.
Right, but I'm saying, like, yeah, and people still live in Egypt, and there's Egyptians and things, but they're not. They don't live the same way. They don't have.
That's
Like,
why I said,
like a bygone culture.
that's why I said it's a generation. As soon as the last person of that generation is gone, boom, all of them can be included in archaeology now.
Or is it simply
Now, why are we so concerned with bones? Like, don't archaeologists dig up, like,
Yes.
artifacts?
Yes, they do that as well.
Yeah, like I don't know, arrowheads and
But we're speaking specifically
pottery
for the
and-
graves. So what if it's simply is grave robbing for personal gain, or archaeology is I promise these will go in a museum?
I think that's a really, really much easier distinguish, like a answer to the whole question.
So if I open up a decently fresh grave,
yes,
but I put that body in a museum,
yes.
I am an archaeologist.
Yeah, well, you put it in that. You remember that the traveling bodies?
You also
exhibit?
have-
Oh, that's
How do you think they got their bodies?
You also have to
It
use
was
one
for
of those little
archaeology.
brushes. If you don't use a little brush to brush it
to
off,
get to get the dirt.
if you
yeah.
just pull the body out with your hands, you're a grave robber.
That's right.
You need to brush it off slowly over a matter of weeks.
Doesn't have to be all manual tools. Like you can't bring a caterpillar in
Right.
to do archaeology.
No, that'd be grave robbing.
Yeah, you need a shovel
All right.
Okay,
Case
down to
closed.
the bottom of it.
and the hat. The hat you're wearing while digging.
That makes the difference.
All leather.
It has to be all leather and
It's
a
so
fedora.
comfortable. Caleb from the website, what is the difference between a chicken tender, a chicken strip, and a chicken finger?
We're just solving all kinds of
This
world
has been
problems.
fabulous. These are
Welcome,
the best
Spitwad.
questions.
A chicken tender, a strip, and a chicken finger.
Okay.
Is there a length situation here?
chicken
There's
tender?
got to be, but I'm just.
A
When
chicken
did we
strip.
start? Why did we start calling them chicken fingers?
I went to a restaurant last week where they had
Some guy was holding them all up on his hand one day.
Well, and they had chicken toes, and
no, they did not.
100%. Their kids' menu had chicken toes.
Then they're really chicken
Was
toes.
it? Was it a chicken foot? Did you get it?
I tried to get
You
my son
coward.
to get it. But, yeah, it was
The
on the
kids are
menu.
cowards.
But no, we did not get the chicken toes. But obviously, they are making a play on the fact that they call these things
Yes.
fingers, which is super stupid, right? Like chickens don't have fingers, so it's really dumb.
But that is what the chicken was like in the cafeteria all the time.
I feel like you were hesitating, unsure if chickens actually had fingers or not.
wait, like chickens
Chickens
don't have fingers, right? I mean, right? You know what I'm saying?
Imagine if they did.
Imagine if oh man, just at the end of their wings, like they
just have
open the
tiny
wings,
little
and
hands.
they got little fingers. That,
And they shake your hand when they walk into a room.
okay, so but we still need to answer the
Oh, yes,
question.
of
So there's a tender, a strip, and a finger.
This is all, isn't this,
Is a tender breaded?
They're
Yeah.
all breaded.
I feel like strips and tenders are perfectly synonymous with one another. But fingers are chicken pieces that were intentionally shaped long and thin. Strips
So it's
and tenders are the same.
It's a
to
matter
me.
of girth.
So
yes, very
I'm-
thin and long.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I also think there is a difference between a tender and a strip.
Okay.
Yeah.
A tender is one solid piece of meat that is, then breaded.
Okay.
Ah.
A strip is basically, you know how they print
One
nuggets.
solid.
No, but like you're just taking a bunch of meat and tearing it up and then packing it back together.
but that's what a tender is as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying a tender is one solid piece, like a
but
chicken breast.
none of
breaded.
those. But even a chicken, when you buy a chicken breast at the grocery store, when you buy a frozen chicken breast, read what it says, because it says held together with rib meat.
That's why chicken breast's so good. Because of the ribs.
Yeah.
Ribs are delicious.
There's some
They're
marrow
way
in it.
better than chicken.
I
Can you
think
not
it's-
get like a regular real strip then, or a tender?
I mean, you can, but not in the frozen section.
Now, is a chicken
Those
strip
are called chicken chunks.
is
Yeah.
a chicken strip just like harder? Because my understanding, I would think that the chicken tender would be
The tender is
it would be tender.
insinuating.
Yeah, it would be like this was a chicken strip, except it's fancy. Look how soft this is, very tender.
I think they're the same. Tenders and strips are the same, but then the chicken
See-
fingers you're only allowed to serve those in cafeterias.
To me, a chicken tender, the shape it's a nicer shape, so it's thicker than a finger, and then a chicken strip is where it's just like it looks like a rock formation where it's just the breading is just all
So
over.
it's about the breading,
it's
not
all
the meat
over the
inside.
I
place.
just
yeah.
figured it out, guys.
Okay, please share. 'cause
I really figured it out. It's just price. It's just the price. The cheapest is the chicken finger. If you want to sell it for more, now you've got chicken strips. And if you really want to make a high
Is the
profit
tender-
margin,
You look at tenders as greater than strips?
tenders are greater than strips.
I would definitely say tenders.
Wow,
over
I think of
strips.
chicken strips a little bit better than tender.
Well,
A
you
tender's a
haven't
kitty.
you haven't
Kitty.
made it to our price level of
Yes.
restauranting. Thank you, Mike.
What's the step above all three?
Like actually chicken breast.
Like the real chicken?
Oh man, why don't they do full chicken breast breaded? Oh, they do. Those are delicious. That's like chicken fried steak. Yes, chicken fried chicken.
They do sell the wings.
Breaded chicken's great. I just realized that.
Why don't they sell chicken sandwiches?
All right, let's get into this draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right, we are drafting things to fight a dragon with.
What are you chuckling about?
I'm
over
chuckling
there?
because I just now saw the picture that was shared in the Slack channel from Al Borland of the
chicken feet.
horrific chicken fingers.
Those are the toes.
Yeah, gross.
That's fun.
All right, setting the table here. Mike has the first pick. If you were to come across the dragon, we wanted to draft some things that you would fight it with. Now, I'll be honest with you. I didn't do a lot of preparation for this draft because as far as I'm concerned.
Do you need to?
No, I feel like my best chance against the dragon is going to be like living on the edge. It's going to be improvisation. It's going to be coming up with, if I know what I'm going to do, then obviously the dragon's going to know what I'm going to do. So I need to stay
I see.
Because it can read your mind.
because he can read my mind. That's what dragons are. So, Mike, you have the first pick. It could be a weapon. It can be an object of some sort. It can't be a fighter jet. We said that. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't get a aircraft carrier to take out the dragon.
You can't get a lightsaber, something that's not real.
No, this is like we're trying to get practical here. We're trying to
help.
help you.
That's the whole point of this show, is to help people in hard problems. And
Yeah, dragon problem.
dragon
So Mike's
problems.
walking. He's on another one of his epic hikes. Such a big hiker, and
Now see,
What was that?
is that a dragon?
Oh no!
and that's why I'm like a Boy Scout, always prepared just in case
Yes.
of dragon. Like I got the 101. I'd be remiss if I didn't pull out the real firepower here. So I don't know. We've talked about we don't know the proper name of the weapon, but for this instance, I will call it a rocket launcher.
Yeah, bazooka is the
Bazooka,
clear. Yeah,
I
whatever
don't
you
know.
call it. The missile on the shoulder. Yes.
Now, let's examine briefly the pros and cons of these picks today.
Sure,
Now, the bazooka, that packs a punch.
certainly.
But you've got a shot. You got one shot. You're not loading up bazooka twice.
That's true.
And if you are, you're getting eaten while you're loading it.
Well, the good thing is by the end of this, we're gonna have 4 weapons. So you're gonna you shoot that, and then you're quickly going.
That's
It's
true.
like American Gladiators, where you shoot the weapon, and then you get down, you run to the next weapon. Like, okay, I got to make it to the end of this
That
thing.
was the best game.
Yeah.
And the losers that got hit with the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so you took the rocket launcher.
I did,
The bazooka.
In my research for this, I was trying to figure out.
Is there a lot of writing on this from experts?
Well, not particular bazookas against a dragon, but it was like, what actually kills a dragon? Because there is universally accepted things. For a werewolf, it's silver.
right.
A vampire is the stake to the heart, and the garlic is a defense as well. But I don't think there's a universal agreement on what would actually kill
It's just
a dragon.
dehydration. That's it.
The only thing that we know.
So sodium. I need a lot of sodium.
yeah.
I need Flavacol.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just dehydrated. Otherwise, they're invincible.
All right.
You're up, Jason. And
Okay.
you have some
All right.
things to choose from.
I do have a couple things to choose from. I think when you're really trying to survive, you want the rocket launcher, and there's only one other weapon I can think of that comes close to the power, but it solves the problem you brought up with of like this one shot and run technique over here. I'm taking an automatic grenade launcher.
It's on my list.
Boom, 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 boom.
It is on my list.
a
I don't. How many rounds do you have though?
I would
Like probably 6.
Probably 600-700 rounds is what is in my it's a really large.
So you think you just have the like how the bullet you can feed the bullets in, but it's just grenades.
Yes, and it's on my hike. Remember, I've hiked up this mountain, and I've brought this weapon with me. It goes all the way down. It goes all the way down the mountain, the trail of this. I mean, it's incredible work.
so you're going grenade launcher.
Grenade launch.
Automatic grenade.
Yes.
I did think about the fact that there is an element here of like, I guess you better shoot those first. Because if you're having to move around with them,
Yeah, you're carrying too much weight. It's funny because when I made my list at first, I had grenades, and during research, I was like, oh shoot,
You have to throw those.
I have to. It's got to be real close, and I got to time that right. No, I'm just.
but you have a lot of experience with an automatic grenade launcher.
Yeah, I'm like pretty much a pro.
See, I'm in panic mode.
You're realizing
Not because I don't have
prepared.
not because I don't have options. Like I have a lot of options, but all of mine are far more pedestrian than your newer aged options.
I've got some pedestrian picks coming
Yeah.
up. Don't worry.
Hey, a bow and arrow is a fine pick.
Well, let's see.
You've got two.
I know I have two.
So
And-
pick your two favorites.
okay.
A rock
Uh,
and a sling. It worked for David.
I'm full on David.
All right. I will look. You made a good point earlier. You talked about the fact that we've got 4 weapons that we're each going to have, and so I need to build. You guys had the first couple picks. I need to build more of a well-rounded grouping, which means I do need protection from a fire-breathing monster. Which means I will draft a shield first.
Okay.
I'm going to draft a shield.
Okay,
It is fireproof, to be clear.
a fireproof shield.
What?
Yeah, no, I'll
It's
allow it.
Just in the fireproof sense of like it blocks the fire from hitting me.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's not going to
okay.
just melt. I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna.
I mean-
it's going to get real hot.
We've all seen movies where the person's standing behind the shield and all the fire's going around them.
Yep.
We have in fake movies, yes.
Yeah, okay,
I've never seen
bazooka-
a real movie with a dragon.
Bazooka boys.
Oh, bazookas are real.
No, I like
All
it. I
right.
think
So are shields.
I know, but they're gonna melt. They're gonna melt. Because I looked. Here's where I'm coming from. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get me a fireproof suit,
it's on my list.
and I looked those up. Those can sustain temperatures up to 1,000 degrees.
That's right.
But what was agreed upon for dragons is that their fire is at least 2,500 degrees.
When did we agree on that?
Yeah, who is
The internet.
who is deciding
The
this
internet.
agreement?
So I
Google
mean,
how
it is
hot
kind
is
of
dragon fire.
It's important.
No, it's fine. You keep your
whether or
shield.
not my shield burns up immediately.
Temperature.
It won't be immediate, but it will
Oh.
also be a 2,500 degree
Dragon.
shield in your hands.
Fire.
I hope you draft oven mitts, or you're going to be in a bad
Look,
way.
I am.
Okay, so I don't see what you saw. I see 2,400 degrees.
Oh
Mike.
shoot, I was off.
Okay.
I'm going to combine the shield with a traditional weapon.
Are you going classic?
I've seen more people fight dragons with this object than any other object in history.
Okay.
I don't know how many of them won, how many of them got eaten. But I'm just going to go with a traditional sword.
I've got a broadsword on my list because it is
Yeah.
It's
I
the
mean,
classic.
it is
yeah.
classic.
And the likelihood of a dragon, landing on top of me is probably the highest probability of all of this.
Well,
Like, maybe it's a situation where it falls right on the sword.
when Mike and I are when we are going to the cave, I assume there's a cave at the top of the mountain where the dragon lives. When we are going to the cave, you
dragon's nest.
know that you're going past bones. And so
Yes.
someone has to draft like Andy so that because there's got to be bones on the floor. Otherwise we haven't
And you'll
really
see
set
my
the
shield there. You'll see the
Right.
sword there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this.
The puddle of shield.
There will be archaeologists there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to dig us up.
Um,
Because we're all dead. Okay, so is it back to me?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Whew. I'm glad this one got back to me.
I'm trying to go down in history as the courageous knight.
Yeah, you're going more
Oh, you're
knight.
going down.
I figure we're all dying. I want to look the part.
Yeah, I would have got the suit of could you imagine a suit of armor? just a nightmare cooking in your suit of armor. Just like you're totally protected from the flame, but it's 2,400 degrees and you're just melting inside the suit. It's so hot. Even if it doesn't hit you, the metal is conductive. He's not even bothering you and your suit is so hot. You're in an oven. You're fighting a dragon in an oven.
Not recommended.
How has no one thought of this problem?
Because generally these things have protected people in the movies.
We've got to produce a new movie where the knights go up and there's a dragon just shooting fire nearby, and they're like, "Oh no, this is getting really hot," and then they all die in their suits.
Hold on.
Suits are glowing red.
I'm going to question the science here. Al, if you put something metal in a furnace that's 2,500 degrees, but you put it in there for 1 second and take it out, It's not cooking you.
No, for 1
Correct.
second, certainly not. But a
What
dragon.
do you think? I'm just running around in this suit and he's like following me?
No, but
The
a dragon.
fire's-
But a dragon fire breath is longer than a second.
Yeah, but how long does it take to really?
3.
Yeah, 24.
3 seconds.
A 1, a 2.
All right,
right,
Jason,
I'm up.
you are up.
Look, dragons might or might not be real. I have not seen one, but I'm not going to rule it out.
Sure.
But I know something.
That would be like
There's
you
a lot
saying
of
that
bro-
is-
it's
lot
like
of
you
chatter.
saying broccoli's not real.
I
Because he's never seen it.
I get it.
Hey, but there was a joke there. I shouldn't have gone broccoli. I should have gone something else.
You did go back to the
I should have gone
broccoli.
exercise real is real.
Yeah, there
that
you
would have
go.
been the joke.
Um,
Redo it.
2, 3, 4.
but there are giant beasts on this earth
Yes.
that are hunted, unfortunately, by man. And if it can take one of those down, it's my next best bet.
Okay.
And I'm taking a whaling harpoon.
Oh.
Just whoosh.
You're going Moby Dick on
I'm
this
going
thing.
Moby Dick. I mean, the
Now, to
monster
be-
of the sea, the monster of the sky.
Now, is that harpoon? Does it come with the boat? Are you on the mountain with the boat?
No, it's drilled into the mountain
Okay.
side. So
The
I'm
boat?
just no, yes, the boat is drilled into the mountainside. I couldn't get it off the boat, so I had to bring the whole boat up and mount the boat on the side of the mountain. I really wanted just the harpoon,
So it's got a rope on the end of it. So if you wanted to like haul it back,
yeah,
or bring the boat to the dragon once you hit it.
yeah. Well, I'm taking the boat for a ride.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got a flying boat, and this is awesome because I'm flying through the air connected to this dragon. But
so you've got a
no-
whaling harpoon.
Yeah, I've got a whaling harpoon, and
That's fine.
The nice thing is, really, I just want it to fly away injured. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
and then I can find where it flew because it's like a 1,000-foot rope. And
Oh.
I'm just going to eventually go there and hope that the job was done.
Okay, so you're going harpoon. Feeling better about my picks now. Mike, you're up. 2 picks for you. You
So-
said you have a secret final pick.
Yeah, for the final pick. I'm saving that one, though, for my final pick.
Makes sense.
Math checks out.
So the problem with the dragon is that they – well, I mean, there's a lot of
There's
problems
a lot of
with
problems.
them.
Yeah.
The teeth, the
But they –
Bad attitudes.
yeah.
the
'Cause
hunger issue.
they're probably on the juice diet.
That's true.
They turn all their food to juice before they drink it.
And the biggest problem is they breathe fire. What if I attack the dragon, making it very difficult for them to see or to breathe? So I'm going World War I style, and I'm busting out my mustard gas.
Oh,
So you're poisoning
okay.
yourself.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll have a suit on. I'll have some.
Have
kind
you
of-
drafted a
I
suit?
did not hear a draft pick of.
I
the
will throw the
suit.
mustard gas.
We all know we begin this fight naked, Mike.
Yes, that's right. We are all
Don't
on the,
ask where I'm carrying
on the
mustard
side
gas.
of this mountain. With my next pick, I pick
Let's just
sunblock.
say I don't need a canister.
SPF 500.
So you're taking mustard gas.
Yeah. Okay. So I have.
That's a dangerous gas.
Oh, certainly. So a rocket launcher and mustard gas, and
Okay.
here's where it's dicey. We don't know.
I'm just seeing a little canister of mustard gas going off down by the feet. Down by the feet of this giant dragon.
Oh, Owl just gave us all the melting points of metal, which is a fantastic read here. But we'll get to that in a
That you
second.
will not be sharing.
Oh, yeah, no, you could look it up yourself. It's real good. What we don't, because we don't agree upon, like, how does a dragon breathe fire? You know, is it that they have the 2 glands where the liquids mix and then something? But my question is, how strong is the fire? Because if it's weak, I'm drafting a garden hose, and I'm just gonna have a little spritski. I'm just gonna shoot him with some water and see if that fire goes out.
I have a fire hose on my list.
Oh, I'm taking a garden hose.
A
Mike
fire
is
hose
going-
would have been way better than a garden hose. You could
Do you know how heavy a fire hose is?
That's true.
wait. Did the guy who has a rocket launcher complain about the fire hose weight?
I
I've got to
did.
be honest with you. I'm so happy with your guys' picks lately because I was feeling up against it with my sword and shield,
Nope.
but I do not anymore. Mike
Also,
has just drafted
My
a
whaling harpoon's awesome.
Your fire hose has one. It's on and it's extreme. With my garden hose, I can do the mist.
Wait, you have all the settings?
Oh yeah.
You got the handle?
Yeah, I got the handle.
Okay.
I get
so
the handle.
what are you starting with, jet?
Oh yeah. You got to try it out. You got to
Okay.
go to
But
jet.
did you ever move to shower?
Well, that's when I go to drizzle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cold.
The mist is for yourself, right? Like it's
Yes.
hot out here. The dragon's nearby. Missed myself. Go back to jet. Spray.
I just love how Mike dismissed my shield so quick because of the fire's fury. And here he was like, but if the fire's not too bad, a garden hose is going to do mighty fine.
It'll melt your metal, but look at my stream of water is going to be
The
How
problem
do you
is
put a fire out?
You can't
Not
put,
with metal.
Can
with
you
a
put
fire hose, Mike. Garden hose.
All right. Man. All right, Jason, you are back on the clock.
Man, there's 3 weapons I really, really want. You're not taking any of them, so I get 3 more picks. Is that right?
No, well,
get 3?
I'll let you know after I pick them.
Okay. I'm gonna go here with. Okay, I know what I would do if I was really fighting a dragon.
Run.
Yes.
And that would if I have to
That's the
Take
only-
training
no,
shoes.
no. If I have to try to actually kill a dragon, my job
Okay.
is to kill a dragon. I want to be as far away as humanly possible, hidden under a bush, where they hopefully can't see me with their super eyes.
So camouflage?
Sniper rifle?
I'm taking a sniper rifle. That's
It-
right. I
it
want
is
just
on my
get
list.
the eye. I'm just going eye. That's it.
It is on my list, but then I considered how hard it is for a sniper to hit like a target that's not moving.
Oh, I'm waiting for
very
him to
quickly.
fall asleep.
Oh,
I'm looking right. I'm
whoa.
looking right in the cave,
Okay,
going for
okay.
the eyelid.
I have heard that it's very fun to be eaten by a one-eyed dragon.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Maybe at that point my juke moves out in the open field
Sure.
would really confuse him.
So you just
make sure you zigzag.
you better start in your case. You better start with the sniper shots, because if you go from like you'll probably have his attention with the grenade launcher and the whaling harpoon, and then if you shift to then you run and jump into a bush, he probably sees you at that point.
Well, yeah, that's where I got to start with the eyes. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I've got a few things. One of the ways that I think a dragon would go down, like one of the best chances that you actually can defeat it, is by blowing it up from the inside.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I think I need to throw a stick of dynamite into its mouth.
Ah, okay.
So I need to. I've got I probably
you
need
thought
more
about
than one throw.
Feeding dynamite to a goat
I have.
and then putting the goat out
Yes.
there.
Yeah. like Jurassic
you're
Park.
going to need a really long fuse.
Yeah, it's sticking out of the goat's mouth.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's not sticking out of the mouth.
Or what if you made what if you made a
The fuse is not coming out the mouth.
a giant human like a human shaped stick of dynamite?
Yeah, I mean these are all great options, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going traditional dynamite.
Okay.
Now, what I need is this thing's got to get close, and I've got to time the fuse up, but he needs to swallow this stick of dynamite and then go boom.
Okay.
That is how you would kill it in a video game.
Yeah, there you go. Now I have one final pick. And I'm trying to decide, do I go left field here? Do I go more traditional?
Boxing gloves. I'm taking this thing on the old-fashioned way.
Well, you can't punch a dragon in the mouth with bare knuckles.
You're gonna get hurt.
The tooth.
Yeah.
Can I am I allowed to draft a giant bear trap?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. I mean,
That's good to know.
That's
Now, my
for-
pick is going to
I was
be
gonna say that's for land animals.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy for him to, I don't know, fly right over that.
Well, he can't eat me while he's in the sky, can he?
He can
Oh
burn
yeah,
you
he
to a
definitely
crisp.
can. Yeah.
We can just,
Could I put the trap like on my back and lay down flat?
I did
You
think
want the
about,
dragon to trapped to you?
Yeah, so I had
Well, he can't get to me until he goes through the trap.
I don't think you've thought through this.
one of the things on my list, I'm not drafting it, but I had a C4 vest just as like
Yep.
the last
Yep.
backup plan. Like you might win, but you're taking with me.
no
with,
winners.
Yeah,
But what
no
if he
winners.
doesn't want to eat you? He
That
just
was
wants to cook you?
my problem. He just cooks me and I blow up far away, and I'm like,
I'm going to pivot my pick. Is that all right?
Okay, you're not taking the
I'm not taking the bear trap.
All
I'm going
right.
to go with Jason. Really inspired me. He's out on the open seas, which is really key here.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take a cannon, old school
It's on
cannon.
my list.
it's on
Old
my
school-
list as
Look,
well.
the odds of me hitting this thing with this cannon.
But if you do,
Oh, the glory! And you've got to scream.
I like how
cannonball.
can we all say that we're just
Cannonball!
can we all just say that we're waiting till it goes to sleep if that's allowed?
Yes.
Because that my odds are going up with that.
Do you think, in a world where there are dragons and we have to fight it, that any of the three of us are taking this thing on when it is not asleep? Like we're coming. Oh, it's up there, peak daylight. Let's go.
well, no, not peak daylight, but you got to do it between 4 and 5 p.m.
You got to feed
That's
it a
the
big,
magic hour.
feed
Rain
it a
of
big
fire.
meal. get it to go to sleep, then rolling the cannon up the hill is going to be a bit of a
Yeah, that's hard.
it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Not
But
quite as hard as the boat.
I was going to say the boat's a little worse. All right, that's my final pick. Jason, Mike, you have one more remaining. Jason, you have a grenade launcher, whaling harpoon, and sniper rifle.
All right. I thought about going with one of the best weapons of all times, but this is not a bore. So I'm
You're not taking a spear?
not going to take the spear.
You kind of you have a shooting spear.
Right, exactly. I took a spear that is very large and much more effective. But I do think that one of the only ways you're going to be able to kill this thing is, from my understanding, 100% of animals are also allergic to poison.
Okay.
And so I've got to find a way to poison this thing. You took the
Yes.
mustard gas. I've got a lot of things on my list, but my favorite one on my list is a basket of king cobras. That's what I'm drafting because I know a king cobra could take down an elephant. So if I throw all these king cobras in that cave, I'm just on my knees praying he gets a bite or 2 or 6 in.
Now,
Does it
an
poison
open?
you if you eat them without them biting him?
No.
No. Well, actually, that's
Because the
venom is in the king cobra.
Yeah, but it comes out through the teeth.
Well, but it doesn't matter if it's ingested into the
Also,
dragon's
is
bloodstream.
Is this a picnic basket?
It's a very
boo-boo.
sturdy. It's a very it's a wicker basket. I'm gonna be honest. It's just made out of wicker. I wanted something a little sturdier, but I was in a rush, man.
How are you going to make these king cobras look appetizing?
Oh,
Paprika?
I don't need them to be eaten. My goal is that they are going to attack. They're going to feel threatened because I'm shaking the basket before I throw it. Obviously,
Yes.
I'm riling them up. Shake that basket.
How are you not getting bit?
Well, the basket, the wicker. They have no idea
He's got a
where to
napkin
attack.
laying on top of it, obviously.
Right. So the lid is mostly closed, and when I'm shaking this thing up,
And this is a really small basket and a really big dragon.
no, I mean the basket's pretty. Think of like not a small, like a really large
Like
laundry
a hot air
basket.
balloon basket?
No, like a large laundry basket. I could put a full load.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's like half full of king cobras.
I did not
Okay.
think basket of king cobras was going to come up.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to take it. So I'm shaking this thing up, and then
Okay.
I'm doing what is the Olympic thing where they spin and they they're like
I got okay.
they're
well,
spinning and then they toss the thing they toss.
sorry, I was reading about cobras not being poisonous. They're venomous.
Yeah,
So it's not a problem.
unfortunately.
A
Well,
poison is toxic.
Okay,
If
well,
ingested.
guess what? Dragons are allergic to venom as well. I mean, venom will kill.
Yeah, it probably could.
this thing-
The only way cobra venom is toxic is if it's injected into the bloodstream when it bites you.
Great. Well, this is what I'm
You are
drafting.
hoping this small little snake bites this large flying snake.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Mike, you have your
And
final
don't
pick.
you dare say snake singular. I have a basket
Yeah, he's
full
got
of king
snakes.
cobras.
Like a picnic basket.
No, a laundry basket with a top on it that just rests there so that when I throw it in, the top is off, but it protects me while it's on the outside.
Oh, you should have just drafted a cobra bomb.
Oh, man.
Mike, your final pick. I'm
All right, so
excited.
I was thinking through it, and this is the. What are your chances of against a dragon
None.
when you're going to fight it? 0. And
I draft prayer.
sure, but when you're young, you get in a you're like, oh hey Gramps, they were bullying me at school. They're making fun of me. You're like, oh man, I want to kill him. And Grandpa says, you kill him. But you kill him with kindness. I am drafting kindness. I am going in with some type
You're
of way to be
drafting
nice.
kindness?
I'm killing him with kindness.
I can't wait for you to walk up and compliment this creature and have it bite your head off.
So the bones.
We're all dead, my man.
The bones. I'm the last
Did
hope.
this come from like Pete the Magic Dragon? Is that where this came? Wasn't
That's
he-
that Puff?
Oh,
Pete-
it's not Pete,
No, that's Pete's dragon.
Yeah.
which is also a friendly dragon, right?
Yeah.
Dragon's
Yeah.
right.
Now imagine if Pete tried to kill the dragon, he would have gotten eaten. But instead he went with
I
kindness.
just want to know how you show kindness to a dragon in a way that it understands. Like, if I tried to bring kindness to a bear, I'm not sure it picks up on it.
Oh,
Are
it doesn't.
Are you complimenting it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I've never
what
seen someone submarine their draft faster than garden hose and kindness.
He was the one that got the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
It was
and-
too easy.
It was
It was too easy. But like
for the dragon.
like you could Smog. You could kill Smog with kindness. I just give him gold, and he talks, so I could talk to that dragon.
So,
There are
but
talking
what are you
dragons.
saying to it? Like, hey there,
Be like,
cutie
oh,
pie.
man, have you lost weight?
Okay.
A dragon,
All right.
dragons
That's an
very,
insult. That is an
No.
insult to a dragon.
No, they're very
Oh
self-conscious.
man, they want to show you how much they've eaten lately.
That's probably true.
You been working out?
You just got eaten right there. You've been losing weight? I'll show you how to gain weight.
Well, I know what will happen. He'll be like, weren't you the guy that just shot the rocket launcher at me?
Yes, you drafted kindness with a rocket launcher. I don't think he's going to buy it. Your kindness is hollow.
Oh, this draft was something else. Something else indeed. I went with a shield, sword, dynamite, a cannon. Jason has the grenade launcher, a harpoon, a sniper rifle, and a basket of cobras.
King
Mike
Cobras.
has a rocket launcher, mustard gas, a garden hose, and the quality of kindness.
Yes, thank you.
What did we learn today?
I learned a lot.
Yeah, this was a really insightful episode. I learned that the difference between chicken tender strips and fingers are just the price.
I learned what a drizzle is.
And I learned that Jason says he'll do anything to start exercising, but when you give him the steaks,
Oh,
he
yeah.
chickens out.
Did someone say steak? That sounds delicious.
That'll do it for this episode of the Spitballers. Thank you so much for joining us. For Al Borland, Mike, Jason, and myself, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.